Greetings, my fellow gamers, 'tis I, Wraith King, and welcome back to the Dark Kingdom. And today we're talking about probably the most easy video I've ever made, and that's about sunsetting. It's the easiest fix with this entire problem with sunsetting. I mean, people already don't like sunsetting, right? It's not all that complicated when you think about it. I mean, you got weapons that have an expiration date that people paid for. It's not like people didn't pay for season passes and wanted to grind for these weapons. It's just such an easy fix. It's so obvious. I'm not sure why nobody's really seeing this. All the weapons you add to the game, you need to pay for to have access to, like the exotics and all that. It's not like people paid for those, right? So you can just take them away, remove them from the game as much as you like, right? Right? You can do that. It makes perfect sense. This is your game. I get it. I understand. And before you go storming off in the comments, yes, I know you can still use the weapons, but here's the problem. You can't really use them. Their power level is going to remain one way in the game, which means you can't use them in high-level activities, but if you do, you might as well just be throwing sand at a raid boss. Again, people paid for this content. You can't just have a season pass. It's not free like it is in Warframe. I mean, I hate to make that comparison, but it's the best example. Whenever there's a season pass in Warframe, it's free. But here's the funny part. All the weapons that they have from the season pass, if they have any, are always in the game. In Warframe, they never take these things away because it's content. It gives people a lot of things to do, especially newer players. They can't just take things away. But in Destiny, people pay for some of this stuff, for goodness sake. This is things people worked for and got money for and then gave that money to you guys. And what are you doing? You're taking that away from them. Why are you doing this? Why was this even an idea? Why was this even a thought? It should be theirs for good. And you're just gonna be like, oh, you can always... No, you can't. You can't always use the weapons. No. It's not like I can pull out my ether doctor and bring it into the deep stone crypt. It's going to do tissue paper damage. Tissue paper. Toilet tissue paper damage. It's going to do nothing. And I grinded a long time just to get one good roll on my ether doctor. Don't even get me started with the 42XN. I grinded for weeks just to get this decent roll on this weapon, and you're telling me I can't use it in high-level activities anymore? You must be out of your bright mind, Bungie. Especially if you think I'm going to keep spending money on a game that takes content I paid for away from me. That's like me enjoying the God of War game, revisiting it every once in a while, and that's like the creator just coming over to my house and just snatching the game out of my hand and going, no, it's old, you can't play it anymore. My content, my video game. I'm putting it in a vault and fixing it until later, and I'm going to do other things with it and remake it, re-release it later when it's already great. It's already fine. Why? Why? He wouldn't do that. Because it's content. It's already fun. Why take it away so you can move it around and make it into something else? It's already content. It's already fun. It's already a good game. Why would he take it away? You get my point? That's what you guys are doing. You're charging $30 for an expansion. No. Most people are paying $60 for your expansions. Most people. Most of the big fans of your game are paying $60. And what are you doing? You're just taking it away. After a year or so, you just take that away. They spent that $60 on literally nothing. I mean, there's the exotics, but that's it. And you're just going to say, oh, they can still use the weapons. No, they can't, okay? They're not going to use weapons that have a low power level. Do you think people are going to go into Crucible with a power level of 750? And then just use old weapons like that? No, they want to flex that power level. They want to show people that they have a power level of 1280 or so. They want people to see that. Max power level of 1280, 1290, soon to be 410. People want to show you that. Why? Why? Who thought this was a good idea? I just want to know. And I'm not trying to sound rude here or anything, but really, sunsetting should not exist. I mean, maybe for some of the planets, maybe. I can probably understand that because you guys want to make room in the game, but even in that case, Warframe has more weapons, way more weapons, than Destiny. Individual weapons too. Each and every last one of them is different. Heck, there's even a system where you can make an entirely custom-made weapon out of parts. Of course, they got different parts for the weapon in the game that you can just snap together and make your own weapon. And those are always going to work. Even 10 years from now, if the game is still here, 10 years from now, I can still use my custom-made gun. I can still use the weapon that they released when the game first came out. And it'll still be a good gun. You guys would have taken away 10 years worth of content that I paid for so you can put in new content unique to that year? 10 years worth of content you just want to scrape away from me? I'm sorry. That is the silliest, the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard of in a live service game. And I just had to point this out. People are paying for this, Bungie. This is horrible. Really. This is not a good idea. I mean, I understand some weapons in Crucible were really, really rough on people. The Mountaintop, I get it. I get it was a powerful weapon, but you know how you fix that? Release more powerful weapons that are different and unique, that work in interesting ways. Guess what? People might not use the Mountaintop anymore if they have a really cool new fusion rifle that does something weirder and something even stronger, or something just cooler. How about doing things like that? Huh? I mean, it's easy. People aren't going to use the Recluse constantly if you release, I don't know, the Tarantula. The Tarantula auto rifle? That actually sounds kind of cool. Really. If you guys introduce new weapons that are actually good, like the Recluse, like the Mountaintop, like all of those other weapons, like the 42XN, if you release new weapons like this, it doesn't matter if those weapons are still here. It doesn't matter, because we're just going to be going back and forth to those weapons and the newer weapons. It's just more natural for the human mind to do something new. So in conclusion to my video, sunsetting should not exist. I don't know why it does. To make room, or maybe it's just Bungie's way of saying, I'm gonna rip out old content and reintroduce it later. Because that looks exactly like what they're going to do. Bungie, take away the whole idea of sunsetting. It's not a good idea. You're removing content from the game anyway, and it's looking really stale because there's just not a lot of stuff to grind for anymore. That's all the time I have left for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you too can be a part of the Dark Kingdom. If not, hey, that's fine. I enjoy the fact that you even came here and watched my video. I appreciate it. Till next time, my fellow gamers, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.